We're back with another roll down test, and this time we've got this. Today we've returned to Powers Drive in El Dorado Hills, California to try and determine if an aero helmet will actually make you faster on a recumbent trike. We've got 3 helmets to test. For our baseline, we'll be using this Scott RC, which isn't supposed to have any special aerodynamic qualities, but as you can see, it's still pretty aero. Secondly, we're testing out the Giro Air Attack, which is supposed to give you a 2-watt advantage over a standard bike helmet. And lastly, we'll be trying out this beauty, a specialized time trial helmet. If you have the nerve to show up on the bike trail wearing this, you'd better be prepared to lay down the heat. We marked our starting spot with colored chalk, so we always started in the same place. For each run, I set my feet in the same position, and then just let go of the brakes. The concept here is a roll down and up test. Theoretically, the faster I roll down the hill, the further I should go up the other side once the grade turns upward. This should give us a good idea of whether or not I'm actually rolling down the hill faster with the more aerodynamic helmets. This is run 2. We're trying to set a baseline with the Scott RC helmet. The top speed on these runs was normally around 27 miles an hour. The distance variation with this Scott helmet was somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 feet. Now it's time to try the Giro Air Attack. This first run with the Giro Air Attack was sort of an outlier. We went shorter than the next 2 runs, but Rich noticed later that I had the helmet pushed back and up on my head, so it was creating more aerodynamic drag than it really should have been. Run 2 with the Giro Air Attack. Remember, this Giro Air Attack is supposed to be optimized for aerodynamics when compared with your everyday run-of-the-mill bike helmet. And here's the final run with the Giro Air Attack. After each of these runs, we used different colored sidewalk chalk to carefully record how far the trike went. And now for the fun part. We're going full blast with the specialized time trial helmet. You'll notice here that there was some interference with this super long helmet and the rear fender and headrest of the trike. Time to fly, baby, but will this helmet really make any difference? I can tell you that it certainly felt like I was moving faster, but I think that had a lot to do with the fact that that helmet has ear flaps that cover your ears, and amplify all the surrounding noise. It sure looks like I rolled a little further. Let's see what happens on the second run. For this run, we took our trusty bicycle pump and placed it at the furthest distance achieved in all the previous runs. Let's see if we can beat that distance. We did, and by a pretty significant margin. Let's see if we can confirm these results with the final run with the time trial helmet. Sadly, on this final run, we just barely made it to the pump. Alright, it's time to measure everything out, average all the distances, and see where the chips, or in this case, where the helmets fall. We weren't expecting much out of the Scott RC, so we used it as our baseline, but let's see how the air attack compared with the Scott RC. Surprisingly, when everything was averaged out, the Scott RC actually went 36 inches further than the Giro air attack. So much for that extra 2 watts. But what happened with this specialized time trial helmet? Up to this point, the Scott RC had gone the furthest, but after all our averaging and computations, we determined that the specialized time trial helmet had gone a whopping 97 inches further than the Scott RC. So yes, wearing a time trial helmet while riding a recumbent trike will make you faster, but significantly so only at higher speeds, and brother, you're gonna need a lot of chutzpah to pull off this look on a regular basis. Good riding, folks.